This is John Rawling with Golden Goals, here taking a look at some of the great moments of the recent years in Manchester United's illustrious history. You'll see once again some of the finest goals scored by the men in Manchester United shirts and how they helped to take United to FA Cup glory and league success. This is just one of an official series featuring all 22 of the Carling Premiership clubs, and we'll be bringing you the golden goals scored by each club in the Football League and the FA Cup over the last decade. Sir Matt Busby, manager of the Busby Babes and the man that made Manchester United the club they are today. Ron Atkinson, former manager of West Brom. His flamboyant management style endeared him to the Old Trafford faithful. There was Bryan Robson, Captain Marvel, the United engine room, and an inspiration to all around him. Kevin Moran, the Republic of Ireland international, and the big man in defence. Frank Stapleton, leader of the forward line, first man to score for different clubs in FA Cup finals. Mark Hughes, the bite in attack and a scorer of spectacular goals. Gordon Strachan, the diminutive Scotsman whose skill prompted the United attacks. Norman Whiteside, a striking strongman and the youngest player ever to score in an FA Cup final. Jesper Olsen, the Danish international whose skillful play on the left wing left the United fans enthralled. Mark Robins, a graduate of the FA's School of Excellence, and Paul Ince, signed from West Ham to bolster midfield. Ryan Giggs, the Welsh whiz kid who's been compared to George Best, a player of immense talent who just gets better and better, and Alex Ferguson, the manager who moulded together a side that's a mixture of experience and talented youngsters. Ron Atkinson was in charge though in this season, and United had got to the final of the League Cup only to lose 2-1 to Liverpool after extra time. In the FA Cup, they had to go one better.
Stapleton's touch, and Koppel! Second week running, Steve Koppel. 1-0 to Manchester United. The Muren corner from the far side produces the goal. Stapleton. As Whiteside's header, Bryan Robson is underneath it. And he's put Stapleton away. What a brilliant finish by Frank Stapleton. The goal made by Robson, who goes to congratulate the scorer.
And so in the FA Cup final, the opposition was Brighton. And the United team, Robson, Bailey, Duxbury, Stapleton, Albiston, Muren, Davis, Wilkins, Whiteside, McQueen, Moran and Grimes.
Wilkins, Albiston to Whiteside. Albiston again, low in for Davis, who've got a good position. Robson! That's the goal that Manchester United wanted from their captain after 25 minutes. McQueen was doing some climbing there, surely. This is Davis. Turned it in for Whiteside! To Manchester United after 29 minutes. Attention to the hand and elbow there of Norman Whiteside. Muren takes the kick. And the header by Robson finds Stapleton. McQueen made a touch and it's been thrown in. Bryan Robson gets his second and Manchester United's third. It was so easy for Robson then. A minute before half-time. Muren took the free kick. Gordon McQueen was causing problems again in the penalty area. Watch it knocked back by Stapleton. It runs loose. Bryan Robson Robson says thanks a lot.
And so it was that Bryan Robson lifted the cup. That's after the replay. Also in that season, Manchester United finished third in the First Division. In 83-84, Manchester United beat Liverpool in the Charity Shield 2-0. And there once again, it was Bryan Robson, seen celebrating here, who was to get both the United goals.
Right across, and it's been driven in by Moran. Kevin Moran makes it 2-1. And Moran's in there again. So too on the far side was Arthur Graham. And he makes it 3-1. His second goal of the match, and the second that Spurs have conceded from a corner, which Ray Wilkins and Arnold Meeran are preparing for. And indeed, that was Meeran, and Stapleton got up. Oh, it's a mistake by Ray Clements, and a goal. Kevin Moran in again, and Clements mortified. Well, it looked safely held as Stapleton jumped, and Clements made an awful error, and Moran got his second. Robson. Stapleton on his way. Brilliant goal!
Well, he could only sit and look. It was a marvellous piece of quick thinking by Frank Stapleton. Put through, yes, by Bryan Robson. A quick look up, Southall's off his line. And although Southall got his hand to it, it's in the net, and it's 1-1.
United finished fourth in the league despite scoring 71 goals in the process. In 84-85, Ron Atkinson turned down the chance to become manager of Aston Villa. Instead, he signed the Dane Jesper Olsen from Ajax for a fee of £800,000 and brought little Gordon Strachan from Aberdeen for £500,000.
Oda's header again. Thank you, says Robson. Hughes couldn't get it back to him. Carney finds Ryan. Dispossessed by Olsen. And this is going to be a goal for Olsen. It would seem to be Manchester United's game for the taking, although they have let things slide before this season when they've been in the lead. Oh, but suddenly Hughes is clear and makes it 3. Robson, Olsen, combining beautifully those two as Robson now looks to get his cross in, but Carney is there. But he's only poked it out as far as Albiston. Moses, Strachan, lovely play. Can Moses finish it off? Number 4! Brilliant goal! Moses again. A long ball, seeking out Strachan, but not quite finding him. Yes, he has. This is 5. It's an absolute riot now. Strachan's second, Manchester United's 5th, and look at the joy at the Stretford end as United come good at last.
That's within Robson's range for a direct shot. And it's deflected, but Robson accepts the congratulations. The rain ceasing, Bailey now has the sun in his eyes. Where Tottenham were looking the more influential side, suddenly Manchester United bounce back. Brazil, Hughes, 1-0.
Green is up on this attack. That's well held up. Moses, massive players, Robson trying to sort it out. Oh, and he's made it! Totally fooled Chris Turner, and how a goalkeeper's life can change in the space of 3 days. Robson seems to be in everything. Whiteside, flag stayed down, and this is Hughes, and that's 2. And what a clinical piece of finishing by Mark Hughes. Sunderland 2 down, United 2 up in 15 minutes, and you don't have to be told who they support. Really fine goal. Finish was classic by Hughes, buried it in the corner for goal number 11.
Strachan for United. Good effort. Oh yes, good goal. Gordon Strachan gets his second after 27 minutes, and Manchester United are 2-0 up.
Boys at the back post. And in he comes!
Stapleton finding Olsen. That's not a bad ball for Norman Whiteside. Onto that left foot. A brilliant goal for Manchester United by Norman Whiteside, the substitute.
McGrath. And now Brazil. Onside, good turn. Brilliant. Olsen. Deflection, goal! So a lively opening 20 minutes here. McGrath. Hughes is there. Good turn by Hughes. Splendid goal. Strachan with the corner. Stewart again. Stapleton's in there with Martin. McGrath's header and turned on and in by Norman Whiteside. Whiteside got a touch there that showed pure instinct. Gordon Strachan, who actually seemed to be hit by something before he took that corner, curled the ball in. Stapleton made a nuisance of himself. McGrath got the header goalwards, but Whiteside was the player whose touch put Manchester United back into the lead. Whiteside coming in, he's got a chance here, yes! Robson, a goal! What a comeback! 67 minutes gone, and Bryan Robson, as Jesper Olsen takes this corner and floats it in. Watch the number 12. The ball goes over the first 2 players. Robson gets the faintest touch, but it's good enough off the post, and Manchester United are level. He just glanced that, but it was perfectly placed.
Straight at Whiteside. Down the line for Jesper Olsen. Hughes. Whiteside. Curling cross to Stapleton! 2 or 3 on the near post. Good save again, now it's gone in. And this time, Kevin Moran has the luck on his side.
And United were back at Wembley once again for the FA Cup final, and this time the opposition was Everton.
Manchester United are going to be reduced to 10 men because Moran is sent off by the referee. But still, Manchester United playing with great pluck and intelligence, get the ball out, and they've made their own openings already in extra time, and this fellow Hughes is coming into it more and more, and here's Whiteside. Strachan is following up, Olsen on this side, that's all he's got. Whiteside shoots, it's there! Norman Whiteside has done it again!
Bryan Robson raised the cup once again, and despite being sent off, Kevin Moran was to get his winner's medal. Mark Hughes was the top scorer for United with 22 goals and was voted PFA Young Player of the Year.
Paul Davis still warming up the substitute, but in the meantime, here's Jesper Olsen with the corner for Manchester United. Whiteside floating it through, Hughes! And Manchester United go into the lead. Flicked on by Stapleton. Anderson away, Stapleton again, and nodded in by McCLAIR! Plays so well with his back to the goal. Strachan. Lovely ball that searches out and finds the man intended, Peter Barnes. Now, can he get a yard on Andy May? But he's got support from Albiston and from Whiteside, who suddenly accelerated there, but then lost the ball. Here's Albiston again. Right foot shot! Brilliant! Might come for Hughes. Just got between Clements and the ball. And it comes for Stapleton! Against the crossbar! Can Duxbury finish it off? 3-0.
Stapleton into the path of Whiteside. Albiston away to his left here. Surely! Oh, it's got it, yes! And Paul McGrath! Well, it was somewhat fortunate.
McGrath. Olsen. And a goal! Jesper Olsen. Hughes. My goodness. And a goal! Mark Hughes! What a brilliant answer by Manchester United. What a striker he is, into double figures, number 10 for Mark Hughes. About the only serious attack they've had in the second half, and Eddie Nijveski was merely groping thin air as Mark Hughes hits a tremendous right foot shot in. From outside the box, there was a little bit of space for him, he found the angle that was right. Voila! And United are back into the lead.
Goodman to Whiteside. Stapleton. Strachan. Good cross, and a chance for Olsen!
Wolford. Oh, a little touch there. Might let Robson in! A goal for Manchester United, Bryan Robson!
Colin Gibson. Hughes. And Colin Gibson's through. He's there again. It's a goal. Colin Gibson scores for Manchester United at the second attempt on a ground where they always seem to do well.
Whiteside and Strachan are close to the ball. Gibson is just to their left. Might fancy a shot with his left foot.
He did! It's there! Colin Gibson, the man wearing Bryan Robson's shirt, scores a goal with his left foot, which would have done justice to the England captain.
Mark Hughes had been top scorer once again with 18 goals. He was sold to Barcelona, though, for £2 million. That after United had finished fourth in the league.
Stapleton's in there, it's going to come to Robson. Oh, through a crowd of players and in!
When Ron Atkinson was sacked as manager, it was Alex Ferguson, the former Aberdeen manager, who came in as his replacement.
Robson to Davenport, Olsen, it's going to come to Strachan, a chance, and a goal! Whiteside got it. 12 minutes gone, and he comes back as a striker and opens the scoring. It was tucked in low in the end to Davenport. Olsen let it run, Strachan played it through, Whiteside ran in. Duxbury, Strachan, Whiteside, clipping the ball about nicely now, United. Davenport, and Mabbott. Oh, they got caught again, and it's there!
We've all seen teams with 10 men raise their game, and of course Manchester United did it against Everton in the FA Cup final, and they've done it here. Jesper Olsen with a little jig of triumph. O'Brien. Well played by Whiteside. O'Brien, Terry Gibson, Davenport is there, and Robson! Directly applied the finish.
Strachan. Robson's moving into the centre-forward position here. This is Gibson. And still. And there... Oh, Whiteside came in, and it's dropped in.
Frank Stapleton was to leave for Ajax on a free transfer. And as one favourite moved out, another moved in. BRIAN McCLAIR signed from Celtic for £850,000.
This could be just about the last strike of the first half. Robson, Strachan and Gibson behind it. Gibson shot, deflected! And United take the lead. Looking for the goal to get back into the game. Olsen with the kick. Whiteside at the near post, it's gone beyond him. Gillespie's in there but didn't really make anything of it. Whiteside turning it back! 1-1! Liverpool furious there, are chasing the referee back towards the centre spot. But the goal stands and United are level.
Finding Strachan. Now Olsen. McClair's in the middle. McClair made rather a hash of it. Here's Olsen. McClair! And it's there from Davenport. As United look to press home their advantage and add to this single goal lead. Olsen with the free kick. Seaman came for it. Gravy in, and it's a goal! Robson has got it.
Olsen, Whiteside. Climbed by Adams with Blackmore behind him. Strachan. Good footwork. Oh, a save! They were all looking for an offside verdict against McClair, but Strachan didn't need him. Adams caught by Whiteside. And McClair puts Manchester United back in front with his 18th goal of the season.
It's BRIAN McCLAIR, and here's Peter Davenport against Alan Hansen, and Davenport's beaten him, and Brian Robson's in the middle, and Manchester United take the lead on a ground where they tend to do so well. And the England captain timed his run and arrived there virtually on his own. Davenport, Strachan making a lovely run through the middle, he's onside. Gordon Strachan with a chance to equalise, and does. What a turn-up. The 10 men have come back from 3-1 down to 3-3.
United finished second in the league behind Liverpool, and in his first season McClair had been the top scorer with 31 goals, 24 of them in the league. Before 88-89, Jim Leighton joined from Aberdeen for a British record fee of £750,000, a record that is for a goalkeeper, and Mark Hughes returned from Barcelona for £1.5 million. Brian Robson it was who scored in United's win over Middlesbrough, a 1-0 win, McClair robbing Pallister and then crossing for Robson to get the winner. The next home match was a 2-0 victory against West Ham.
Bryan Robson, Peter Davenport to McCLAIR to Davenport! A brilliant goal for Manchester United by Peter Davenport. Once more. Davenport's header might come for Hughes. He's off the mark at last. His first goal since returning to Old Trafford, and that almost certainly will put the game safe for Manchester United. Strachan, chipped by him. In fact, it's a tremendous shot there by Mark Hughes. Strachan. Here's Hughes. McCLAIR waiting there. And United are in the lead.
Well, that's a poor goal kick by Segers. And Hughes is away. Can they catch him? They can't. Well, it wasn't exactly put on a plate, but Hughes helped himself to what was on offer. One back by Stephen only momentarily. Here's Hughes. Manchester United have taken the lead, and Mark Hughes scores for the 5th league game in a row in typically athletic style. He did very well to reach it, let alone control the shot. Here's Hughes. Oh, and when you need a moment of quality, as Manchester United did, Mark Hughes has provided it. And United must feel that they've been let out of jail, rather. They've been overrun for so much of the first half, and then suddenly Hughes strikes.
Bryan Robson with the free kick for United. Hughes with his back to goal. Oh my goodness me, that's a tremendous strike. Mark Hughes. United's first league win in 10 games, and very welcome.
So, cut out by Strachan. Here go United now. Strachan hoping to get there before Adams. Finds Beardsmore. Good little crosser of the ball, but I fancy something more than that. Hughes! And United are back in it. Played in for Donaghy. And now for Beardsmore. Gone all the way. And a brilliant goal by McCLAIR! United are 1-1. What an amazing turnabout. Beardsmore. Robbins. Nicol, they claimed handball, not given. And it's in there again. Mark Hughes has made it 2-1. Sharp. Robbins tries to get in, and Beardsmore. 3-1. You can't believe it now. His first goal for Manchester United that crowns an excellent play by the youngster. Catches it on the volley, puts it wide of Hooper, and the score clicks up to 3-1.
McCLAIR. They're turning on the style now. Mistake by Pearson, and you don't want to give the ball away to Mark Hughes. Good stop by Turner, and Madden's rather scuffed his clearance. McCLAIR has got another.
And here's Hughes. Oh, that's a terrific strike. Mark Hughes. His first first league goal for 4 months. And what a way to start scoring again.
Flicked on by Hughes. Robbins. It's a driven cross, it's a splendid cross, and Brian McCLAIR met it superbly at the far post. McClair's 17th goal of the season in all competitions. Hughes. Well blocked by Wright, retrieved by Beardsmore. Robson. 2-0. And 10 minutes to the end of Manchester United's season, it may well be that the scorer of their first league goal against Middlesbrough back in September has rounded it off with the last of the 1988-89 campaign.
Scoring goals, though, was United's problem that season. They scored just 45 and finished 11th in the league. Before 89-90, there was a team reshuffle. Lee Sharp was moved forward from left back to left wing, and Neil Webb joined the club from Nottingham Forest for £1.5 million, and Mike Phelan came in from Norwich City.
Driven in low, and Steve Bruce! The new regime at Manchester United off to a flying start. Inside the second minute. Manchester United looking to come again here with Duxbury. Hughes, that's a great turn. Mark Hughes. Webb. Neil Webb with a classic volley to embroider his first league game for Manchester United. Hughes. Phelan. Arsenal could lose here by an increasing number. They are now 4-1 down. Brian McCLAIR.
The spending spree went on. Gary Pallister signed from Middlesbrough for £2.3 million, a record for a defender at the time. Paul Ince joined from West Ham for £800,000 plus a pay-as-you-play scheme, West Ham getting £5,000 per game. And with the arrival of Danny Wallace, Alex Ferguson had taken his spending to £13 million in just 3 years as manager.
That's well taken by Hughes. My word, has he ever scored a better one than that? Brilliant. Well, United playing here with the passion and purpose of a team which has just lost its lead and wants to get it back, and they've done just that. Bryan Robson. Misjudgment by Thompson. Hughes was lurking. Oh, and that's a cruel deflection for Millwall, but a delighted Lee Sharp gets his very first goal for Manchester United. Now, Millwall have contributed a lot to this game, but they're looking weary now. McCLAIR, and Hughes gets his second, United's fourth. 4-1. 15 minutes left. Hughes is in the clear. The hat-trick is there for the taking for Mark Hughes, and he's got it.
Hughes. Beardsmore. Mischievous little player. Trying to pick his moment to get the cross in. Now he's wrong-footed Hinchcliffe. Hughes with the bicycle kick. It's there. Open life for Manchester United. And yet another brilliant goal by Mark Hughes. And Bruce came in. McCLAIR, Hughes, McCLAIR going for the return. United are rampant here. Coventry standing and watching. Hughes, brilliant finish, and it's 4. Wallace, again United sweeping forward. McCLAIR this time. Blackmore's arriving. Oh,
Beautifully struck. Wallace, Phelan is with him. And on this right-hand side is Mark Hughes. Oh, he hit it well! 3-1. Brilliantly taken. Hughes the scorer. Bruce, United with their tails up. Hughes, that was well taken. Oh, this is great skill. And Robbins! And this is some comeback. 2-1 to United. Completely fooled Ward and finds Hughes. And another good ball to McCLAIR. Wallace in space. A lot of players forward here, Manchester United. Blackmore. A lovely goal. And the man who scored the FA Cup winner at Hereford a week ago has given United the lead.
Manchester United in a situation of some desperation here. Beardsmore. It's dropped against the post from Hughes and banged in by Danny Wallace.
Anderson just on the edge of the 6-yard area. And they all miss it except Robbins. It's in. Robbins has done it again. And by Bradshaw. Anderson. McCLAIR. Stimson for company. Wallace! Yes! Oh, what a finish! What a finish! Right on the hour. Looking for Wallace. And may have found him. Little touch, McCLAIR! At last, McCLAIR scores. 17 games without a goal. He's chosen a very good moment.
Hughes inches away. And Robbins! Oh, that's 4. Mark Robbins, a young man with a big future. Southampton against Manchester United. Danny Wallace forward to Mark Hughes. Hughes being forced wide, but has kept possession. And a strange sort of ball, but it reaches Gibson. Oh, it's in! Colin Gibson has given Manchester United the lead. His first goal of the season.
Oh, it's run all the way through to Webb. Blocked by Burrows. Webb got to it again. Oh, and Hughes has made a goal out of very little, really. His second.
Hughes. Barrett. Bruce. And Robson! It's 1-1. Phelan. Slightly stubbed it, but it comes to Gibson. And it's Webb. Nicked away by McCLAIR. Useful for Wallace. Test of his pace, now test of his finish. And he's equal to both. Redfern. Still Robson. Wallace. Robson just inside. Give it me back. He's screaming to be given it back. Wallace. Oh, it's going to go in. Yes, McCLAIR. Brian McCLAIR. Is that going to be another crucial goal in the FA Cup? Sudden increase in impetus again. Phelan. Robbins. Yes! What a remarkable record this young man has got. His third goal in the FA Cup.
Robson, Webb almost getting in his way. He's pulled infield now, leaving the stage clear for Wallace and for Mark Robbins. What an eye for goal he has. Well, Hughes too strong for Blake, and that's rolled for Robbins. But here's Wallace. Bruce beaten away by Boulder. McAllister rifles it back.
Manchester United reached the FA Cup final once again, and it must have been a proud moment for Steve Coppell, a Manchester United old boy of course, as he brought his side Crystal Palace as opposition.
Ince. That's a good looking ball from McCLAIR. Wallace comes near post. Wallace. McCLAIR. Robson! Goal! Brian Robson equalises for Manchester United after 35 minutes, and Captain Marvel is there again. Webb. Palace dwelling. Wallace. A ricochet. Hughes! 2-1 to Manchester United. And a devastating finish by Mark Hughes. Wembley bathed in sunshine now. Palace leading 3-2. Robson. Webb to Wallace. Hughes goes through the middle, chance here for 3-3. Mark Hughes! He scores his second of the game, and Manchester United have saved themselves. Now, are we going to see a goal in this Cup final replay? It's all so very, very tight, isn't it? There's never been a 0-0 in a Wembley FA Cup final, up to now. Here's Gray, Brian Robson bustling in, then Lee Martin, and Gray appeals to the referee. He's angry now. In fact, it's all a bit tense, isn't it, Trevor?
Well, he got the free kick. I'm not sure what he was complaining about there.
Ince having to hurdle another tackle. And now McCLAIR, he's into the centre much more in the second half. You know, he's moved in from the right-hand side, Brian McCLAIR, and he's having some good play and some good touches. This is Wallace. Webb. Lee Martin from left-back, an inspired run on the far side. A chance here, and a goal!
It was Manchester United's 7th FA Cup triumph, and for Brian Robson, a 3rd FA Cup winners' medal. Alex Ferguson continued to bring new blood to Old Trafford. Before season 1991, Dennis Irwin signed from Oldham Athletic. And it was an Irwin corner which provided the goal for Steve Bruce against Coventry City in a 2-0 victory. The second, Blackmore with the throw-in, Webb, Blackmore and Hughes linking up. And then finally Irwin and Webb getting the final touch. Against Queen's Park Rangers from the corner kick, Pallister misses, McCLAIR certainly doesn't though, into the goal. Pallister and McCLAIR linking up once again, through to Mark Robins, and what a delightful chip. United won it 3-1 and went 3rd in the First Division. Another good build-up for this goal against Southampton. Robins and Phelan. Then McCLAIR on to Hughes. And United were to win it by 3 goals to 2 and remain 3rd. A splendid goal from Mark Hughes.
They've got plenty up for the free kick. Hughes! Just when you need something from him most, Mark Hughes comes up with it.
It's come a little earlier in the day than it did in last year's derby. Manchester United are back in business. Lost out to McCLAIR. Chance here for BRIAN McCLAIR. They're closing in, but McCLAIR is good enough. And with 9 minutes left to go, Manchester United have hope again. Got plenty to think about at the moment, Manchester City. Bruce is there with a header. It's in! BRIAN McCLAIR's equalised! 2 goals in 3 minutes from BRIAN McCLAIR. United are level.
Against Crystal Palace, it's Lee Sharp wide on the left. Jinking and jigging to find the opportunity. Wallace at the near post. And there's Neil Webb. United really needed to win this one. 4 league games without a victory before this game against Crystal Palace. That was 1-0, here was the second. Blackmore, McCLAIR and Webb in the build-up. And there's Wallace, cool as you like, 2-0. Against Sheffield United, it was Phelan starting off this move, then Webb, and Wallace providing the pass for Hughes at the near post, and that's a 2-0 victory.
Putting Chelsea under quite a bit of pressure here. They need to get one. Let's see if they can.
Pallister climbing high again. Oh, and somehow Wallace got there. And the smallest man in the penalty area got the header that counted. Great ball though from Ince to Wallace. And Hughes wants it played first time into the box. And Hughes gets the ball he wanted and equalises for Manchester United.
Hughes has got it down, he's turned, and this is Lee Sharp. He's done it again for Manchester United. And the dance of delight is well practiced this week.
That's Pallister with the free kick to Maldonaki on the left. Great turn by Hughes. And a splendid individual goal that made it 3-1 to United. Only Bryan Robson's second full game of the season. McCLAIR and Robson in the thick of things, and then Webb and McCLAIR getting the goal. Bryan McCLAIR was to get 2 goals in this 3-0 victory over Norwich. Ince and Webb involved in the build-up. And McCLAIR with the finish, and it was Mark Hughes who got the third. Against Sunderland from the corner. Hughes and Pallister, and in the end it's Hughes. Paul Ince out to Lee Sharp. And there's Bryan McCLAIR once again. Now for the third. Seeley, the long clearance. Hughes linking up with Irwin. Finding Blackmore wide on the left in support. And watch for Mark Hughes once again. Against Chelsea, this United corner headed on by Pallister over McCLAIR's head, and it's Hughes who controls and scores with style. Again against Chelsea, a sharp corner headed towards goal by Pallister, and this time McCLAIR does get a touch and scores the goal. Les Seeley, the long clearance downfield, deep into the Southampton half. Great strength from Paul Ince, and Tim Flowers has no chance. That's Robson. Oh, beautiful through ball, and Clayton Blackmore opening the scoring. That's Hughes, out to Sharp on the left. Dangerous ball, and that's Robbins providing the finishing touch. Robbins, that's McCLAIR, and that's 4-1 to Manchester United, their biggest win of the season. Luton Town on the receiving end. Mark Hughes was voted PFA Player of the Year, and despite a disappointing season in the league, United triumphed in Europe, beating Barcelona 2-1 in the European Cup Winners' Cup, and Mark Hughes scored both the goals for Manchester United. Peter Schmeichel, the Danish international goalkeeper, joined United during the close season. In the first game of the season against Notts County, from the edge of the box, just watch for Brian Robson. United went on to win that match by 2-0. This is against Norwich City. Kanchelskis down the wing, his cross into the middle, Webb's attempt is blocked. And the rebound, well, it fell to Dennis Irwin, and what a shot that was. Soon after that, it was 2-0. Hughes battling his way through in typical fashion on the left. And it's Brian McCLAIR with the finishing touch. A newcomer, 17-year-old Ryan Giggs. He's the scorer of United's third goal, and incidentally, this only the second league goal of his career, and all his own work. Pallister, and that's Neil Webb in space. That was a delightful touch from Webb. This was spectacular. Hughes and McCLAIR. Irwin and Giggs, and the diving header, Mark Hughes.
Irwin, who takes it right-footed. Oh, what a magnificent goal! Dennis Irwin with a classic free kick. Kanchelskis. Boyd very close to it, but he finds Parker, and it goes towards Hughes. Hughes just about controlling it, a clever little back heeler. McCLAIR! Manchester United have got a second.
Against Oldham. Hughes and Webb, finds Irwin on the left, and another fine finish from the man who's supposed to be a fullback. Andrei Kanchelskis, the Ukrainian, specialises in the spectacular. And well might the United fans celebrate. A great free kick from Irwin, his second of the game. And Kanchelskis in the thick of things again, pulling it back for McCLAIR to score. That's a second for Brian McCLAIR. Final score was 6-3 to United, and Ince through to Giggs, rounds the keeper to score. Quite a Christmas present for United, who'd lost only one game since the start of the season. Great through ball by Kanchelskis. Manchester United win it by 1-0, and in the FA Cup things were going United's way.
Now Giggs, and he's got Hughes up. The early ball might find him. Speed getting back. Hughes!
Irwin. Donachie. Intended for Giggs, and there's another mistake. Oh, that's a penalty, surely. Kanchelskis has put it in. The penalty was not necessary. Sharp. They're streaming into the penalty area. Ruddick cleared. He bounces back. Oh, McCLAIR. 2-2 in extra time. Is the real possibility now. McCLAIR's 19th goal. Well, they've seen famous nights at Old Trafford, and this looks like being another one. It was an unfortunate rebound back across the face of their own goal, and McCLAIR at the far post has made it 2-2.
McCLAIR is onside. Palace not initially too happy about that. Here's Giggs. Hughes. It's a goal. Robson almost getting in his way, and Kanchelskis and Robson and Hughes.
Giggs. Ince. A chance here for Hughes. Gets a shot in. Oh, what a goal! What a magnificent strike by Mark Hughes. With 2 minutes left to play, he saved the day for Manchester United.
Manchester United directing the traffic, and it's all towards Tracy's goal. There's no offside, and it's put away by McCLAIR. It was on the cards. The shape of the game over the last 10 minutes, where Sheffield United have undoubtedly been struggling. Schmeichel hurls it forward over Pemberton, and McCLAIR is away. Beasley trying to close him down. McCLAIR looking up to see what's on in the centre, and a goal for Blackmore. It's come straight from the goalkeeper via McCLAIR, and Blackmore into the back of Tracy's net.
9 minutes of the first half remaining. The first half that's gone all wrong for Manchester United. Steve Bruce's head out, Brian McCLAIR. It's looking a bit brighter now.
Now against Spurs, McCLAIR finding Darren Ferguson, and McCLAIR once again, and McCLAIR the scorer. Bruce with the free kick, finds Ryan Giggs. Oh, Walker flaps at that one. Great persistence from Ince, and it's Mark Hughes. Another smooth United passing movement finds Ryan Giggs on the right, and Mark Hughes. United won that 3-1, but they weren't to win the league. In the last 21 games, United won only 7 matches, and so the title went to Leeds, a margin of 4 points. United did take consolation in winning the League Cup. They beat Nottingham Forest 1-0 in the final. But the title they'd chased since 1967 was now just a season away.